Yo, it's your boy Tyrique Hyde, and these are 10 things that I can't live without. Obviously, I'm not big enough yet for GQ to do one of these with me, but I will be one day, and then we'll circle back. But for now, we're gonna do it on my own channel. Hope you lot lock in, enjoy, later. So the first thing that I can't live without is family. I know I should have brought a proper picture, you know, a proper printout one and that, but it's a waste of paper, you know, it's all about recycling and stuff, so it's on my phone. This was a day out a couple of years ago in Camden with my family. I'm a very family-orientated man, do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm grateful enough to have a nuclear family. I know a lot of people ain't as fortunate as me, and they have all played a big part in my life, you know, and obviously I couldn't live without them. Also, it's not just immediate family as well. I've got a big family, so I've got nan on both sides, granddad, aunts, uncles, cousins, you know what I'm saying? I'm a family guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like Stewie, so yeah. Can't live without them, man. I owe a lot to them. And the way I am, the way I talk, they influence me a lot, and the way I think, and yeah, I feel like they did a good job of raising me. The second thing that I can't live without is white Air Force Ones, but they gotta be fresh. You see, these ones here, no mileage. You know, certain people got the Air Force Ones and they're looking mixed race and that could never be me. I reckon I go through about 3 pairs of these a month. Like, I always have a fresh pair in a boot of my car, or just at home somewhere, so if it's ready to step out and put these on. These are my favorite shoes of all time, do you know what I mean? They go with everything. And do you know why I'm a big fan of Air Force Ones, yeah? It's because you can just wear them anywhere. Like, you can wear them to the club, you could wear them on a chilled one, you go and cinema with your shorty, do you know what I'm saying? You can wear them anywhere, man. They're just, like I said, they're versatile, they're fresh, they're clean, they're all white, go with everything. I remember back in the day, obviously I used to wear Air Force Ones. Everyone used to wear Air Force Ones, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, I weren't fortunate enough to keep switching them up and wearing fresh pairs all the time. So you see, I used to wear the ones with the creases. That's all mad creases. See, these ones got no creases. Now I'm in a position where I can just switch up the Air Force Ones all the time. You'll never, ever catch me in a pair of Air Force Ones that ain't fresh. Fact. Later. My next essential item, one of the most essential items, is my wave brush. You see my thing waving, crazy. And my do-rag. If it weren't for these 2 things, I don't think I'd be the man I am today. See the way I'm gripsing it? Get all the patterns, you can mold your hair how you want. You know what I'm saying? And obviously you rag up at night. You'll never catch me going outside, like in public or to a function. Unless I'm going to the shop quickly in my do-rag. I'm not a do-rag bandit. I don't appreciate guys like that, do you know what I mean? Because the way I look at it is, before you go to sleep, you do your work, you brush the patterns, you rag up, you wake up, you take the rag off. It's time for the world to see your hard work, you know what I'm saying? What's the point in doing all the hard work and then just living in the do-rag? It don't make sense to me. But I guess I'm just lucky and blessed with a good hairline in it. Some people ain't, so yeah. I used to be in school in class like this. You can ask all my old teachers. They used to get mad at me because instead of doing the maths and the English, and now I'm just brushing my hair, training my hair, do you know what I'm saying? So now, my hair's trained, it knows what time it is, you know what I'm saying? It knows what patterns to go into and stuff like that. So yeah, these are very important to me. And I also feel like, because I've got like a small head, like the man them call me P-head and that, I can't really get any other hairstyle. So waves is the only thing I can get. Maybe when I get older and that, I stop getting a fade and I'll just get the one all over, the Shane thing from Top Boy. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me for a waves tutorial for the longest time. And I'll be honest with you, I've been trying to gatekeep it, but I'm not gonna gatekeep it no more. Wave tutorial coming soon on my TikTok or YouTube. I don't even know what platform, every platform, you get me. Wave tutorial coming soon. I'm gonna teach you lot how to get waves like me. Waves in my head like I play for the Knicks. The next item I can't live without is power. That's what I'm looking at it. See, it's just so beautiful. You see, if you know me, you know that I can't live without ketchup. I put it on every single meal. Like, you know, some people are like, oh, like you put ketchup on roast dinners. Yes, I do. You put ketchup on bolognese. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? This just makes everything taste nicer. Ever since I was a young boy, I've been putting ketchup on everything and it ain't changed. Some things just don't change, man. You can't put sweet chili sauce, burger sauce, barbecue sauce, mayonnaise. You can't put that on everything. It's not as versatile as ketchup. Like, this is the James Milner of sauces. But it's gotta be Heinz. If Heinz need to run me a check, man, what's going on? I need a black card, I need a ketchup, whatever. Black card, yellow card, blue card, whatever it's called. I need a Heinz one because it has to be Heinz ketchup. You lot that have the fake ketchup and what's it called, Brambles and all that, I'm not on it, it has to be Heinz. So ketchup is a very important part of my life and daily routine because if there's no ketchup, certain meals ain't getting eaten. And if you don't agree with me, then you're just not normal, innit? Because everything I say is facts, so yeah, ketchup. The next thing I can't live without is black and white T-shirts from Uniqlo. They ain't cutting me a check either, so they need to run me a check as well because I've been vouching for these lot for a very long time, yeah. I've got a thing, yeah, where if I get a white T-shirt, I've got to get the same one in black. Like I can't wear, for example, a black T-shirt from H&M and my white T-shirts from Zara. Do you know what I'm saying? It's got to be from the same place, and I feel like Uniqlo have the best black and white T-shirts, if that makes sense. Look, these even still got the tags on. I've got about 20 each of these at home. I thought I'd just bring one each for you lot and for the purposes of this video. I feel like the way they fit, the way they feel, the texture's good, the material's good, everything's good, man. And I feel like that obviously, I'm not really someone that dresses too loud. I'm quite a plain dresser, like simple and effective, I call it. So these are very important in my wardrobe because, you know, just fling them on. Like I'm even wearing one now under here, white Uniqlo T-shirt. Just fling them on under my jumper, my jackets, my hoodies, whatever, or just wear them on their own. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're very important in my wardrobe, and yeah, couldn't really live without them, to be fair. Shout out Uniqlo. Shout me for the check. Emails in my bio. The next thing I can't live without is my phones. Obviously, I have 2 phones. I'm a very popular guy, do you know what I'm saying? So I've got one phone here for my friends, my family, my close people, and I've got another phone here for work and stuff like that, do you know what I'm saying? I like to separate the two, and sometimes I even switch off this one if I don't want to talk to anyone, or I switch off this one if I'm not in the mood to work today, which is not that often because I'm a hard worker, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a man with some high screen time, do you know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time on my phone, both of my phones really. I do try and make a conscious effort of not spending as much time on my phone, so after like 10 p.m. sometimes, I put my phone over there like far away from me, but then sometimes it just talks to me and I just bring it back in, do you know what I'm saying? It's flirting with me, so. I've also got a weird thing with phones, like ever since I was young, yeah, like I've always just been fascinated by phones, like it's mad, like I remember back in the day in school, obviously with BlackBerry, BlackBerry was the thing, BBM, and that had my pin. So like, I'd have the bold, then I'll switch it to the curve with my bridging, then I'll switch to the torch. And like, I just always like switching phones because like, I don't know, it's weird. Like the other day, I must have had the iPhone 15, but I didn't like it anymore, I got bored of it. So I swapped my friend, straight swap, for the iPhone 14. But in my head, it makes sense, innit? But to most people, it won't make sense. But I just like switching up phones and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't live without my phones. Obviously, it keeps me connected to the world. Yeah, man, phones are something I definitely can't live without. Even though I did live on Love Island without my phone for 10 weeks, and that was killer. So yeah, I don't think I'll go that long without my phone again. The next thing I can't live without is football. Obviously, if you know me and you know my background, you know I've always played football for my whole life up until last year. So yeah, it has played a massive, massive, massive part of my life. You know what I'm saying? This particular football here was gifted to me by TNT. You know, I went to the Champions League final, invited by them. I thought I'd just throw that in there. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, obviously my dad played football professionally. So through football, my dad was able to give us a nice childhood, man, a nice life. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we owe a lot to football as a whole family. So it's kind of deeper, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know what my dad would have done. I've asked him. He said he's not really sure, so yeah. He gave me a nice childhood and gave a nice platform for me to build and become who I am today, really. And like I said, I love watching football. I'm an Arsenal fan, love playing football. Size 3 footballs in particular is something that I can't really live without now, because when we was growing up, me and my brother, my dad would always make us practice with size 3 footballs. He used to say, if you can do it with a size 3 football, you can do it with a size 5 football, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this really helped me work on my technique. You know, my first touch is crazy, it's like Berbatov. They call me Berbatov back home, so no, I'm only joking. Yeah, my first touch is good, my technique is good, and it's all down to size 3 footballs, really practice and repetition. And yeah, I always just like to keep this around me. If I'm in a house, just walking around, I like dribble through stuff. I've got a love-hate relationship with football, because as much as I enjoy watching it, and I do feel like it is definitely the best sport in the world, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I used to be a semi-professional footballer, once professional footballer, and I've gone through it, as some of you may know, in football. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, but the overall feeling is love, because I can't live without it, It's the best game in the world. The next thing I can't live without is my music, lyric book, just music book in general, I like to call it, because obviously I do write lyrics on my phone sometimes, but this book here is where I write like my rollout plans, or like if I see like a sick content idea on TikTok for like people are using to like promote their song or stuff like that, I'll just jot it down here, like here. See, I'm not gonna show you too much because it's kind of like too personal to my life, but yeah, sometimes I just write my thoughts in there, man, like how I feel throughout the day, and I'll always have this with me, always carry it with me no matter where I go. I feel like it's good to get your thoughts out on paper. For example, I might be on the plane or out, and a bar will come to my head, or like a concept will come to my head, and I'll jot it down, and then when I get back, I'll like really explore that first bar and then go from there in the studio. So yeah, my ex got me this for Christmas and this is my favorite gift I've ever received, to be fair. So shout out her. I feel like it was a very thoughtful one and it was quite surprising, to be fair, when she got it for me, and yeah, it made me feel happy. So my first music video is dropping within the next few weeks. Hopefully when this video comes out, it should not be too soon after that. So yeah, my first single, put a lot of work into it. Music's definitely something that I'm doing properly. Everyone keeps asking me, am I taking it seriously? Yes, I'm taking it seriously.
Remember the days when I didn't want to wake up. Wake up. Now I get paid to drink later. Come bro, let's count this paper. Times I had less, now we count more. Remember the days I was stuck on the floor, running up checks, but I need more. My time, I ain't stuck anymore. Waves on my head like I play for the Knicks. Ask Craig Mitch and the game.
After that comes out, I'm gonna be hitting them fast. A lot of music videos, and yeah, music's something that when I go to the studio and stuff like that, it's like an escape, really.
Wake up, now I get paid to drink later. Come bro, let's count this paper.
Cold, he paints a very vivid picture, bro. You know what you got, bro? You got clarity, bro. I can understand everything you're saying.
I just love going there, love creating music. I like being creative and like listening to beats. I just always loved music since I was young, innit? And now I'm just finally in a position where I can do it and do it properly the way I want to do it, so yeah. My next thing that I can't live without is my wash bag. This might be the most important thing. This is where I keep my whole life, basically. This is my day-to-day routine stuff. I don't go nowhere without this bag and the contents in this bag, so I'm gonna show you lot what's in there. Before I get it all out, I'm someone, if I like something, I don't really like to change it. I don't really like change too much in terms of the things I like. So if I really, really like something, I get attached to that item, if that makes sense. So like, for example, the deodorant I use has to be Right Guard, Extreme Cool. It has to be this one. If it's not this one, then I just don't feel clean. Like, I can't start my day properly. I got the Walida Skin Food Light, has to be the light version. I know some people use the normal version, but it's a bit too thick. Hay fever tablets, you know me. Hay fever been beating me up. I know, I'm 25 years old, having war with grass. It's a bit pathetic, to be fair, but yeah. This is prescribed hay fever tablets because my thing's not a joke. Cocoa butter, you know, as a black man, you have to use cocoa butter. Oh yeah, also I use the Nivea Black and White Invisible, because I like to wear a lot of black stuff and I don't like, you know, when you see people out and like the deodorant marks all running down the top and that can never be me. So I use these two together. I use roll-on and deodorant and spray. Toothpaste, I use 2 toothpastes. Obviously I've got composite bonding, so this one's good for composite bonding, and Youthomore, you know how I feel about Youthomore already if you've seen the TikToks and stuff like that. So I use these 2 toothpastes 3 times a day, so I use this once and I use this twice a day. Shower gel has to be this shower gel, the Tingly Mint Tree. I can't use any other shower gel or I don't feel clean. Leave-in conditioner. Before I leave my house, after I brush my hair and take off the do-rag, this is what I put in my hair to make it look shiny, and I don't like it to be too thick, so like I'll wet my hair a little bit and then I'll leave it in whilst it's wet, so yeah. What's I got in there? Eye drops. No, I got dry eyes, so like I like to, in the morning, when I wake up and before I go to sleep, I like to use the eye drops. And this is probably the most important thing in my bag. You see this Always Oil Inhaler? You just do this. Just clears up the sinuses, clears up the airways, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I've been using since I was in like year 8. I remember one time in school, I used to always sniff it, and then they rang home and told my mum that they think I'm addicted to it and I need to come off it. So shout out to the teachers that looked after my health, but I'm still doing it. Trust me, try it. Make sure thoughts clear and stuff like that. So yeah, that's everything that's in my wash bag. Like I said, I don't like to change nothing. So anything you see here, I take with me whenever I'm in England, traveling, if I stay the night anywhere, even if I just go like to an event or something like that, I keep all of this in my car. So like I need to freshen up or stuff like that. So all of this stuff, and obviously I do wear fragrances and that, but I'm gatekeeping my fragrances. So I didn't bring them here today, do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I got a unique smell and I don't want anyone to smell like me, do you know what I'm saying? But these things I'll share with you guys. If you want to get the ladies, want to impress your shorty, trust me, all of this stuff. I'm time to put this all back in the bag. This is mad, you know, I'm just doing free promo. I ain't sponsored by none of them. All of these brands that I shouted out and that, anything you see on this table, hit me up. You know what time it is, man. I'm an advocate for it, do you know what I'm saying? I should be ambassador for everything here. Can't believe I'm doing free promo, man. My last thing that I can't live without is my colouring book and my colouring pencils. I know this one might seem a bit mad to you guys, but there's a story behind it. So basically, before Love Island and when I was playing semi-pro football, I used to work at a special needs school. The lessons that we used to do weren't like normal conventional lessons like maths, English and stuff like that. So we used to do like occupational therapy and stuff like that. And then the kids will sometimes get free time that I used to work with. And instead of like going outside or running around and stuff like that, obviously some of them would, like most of them would say, oh, can I get a colouring book? And I was always like, what's so good about colouring? So obviously I started colouring with the kids in the school, and it just does wonders, man. Like literally, this is what I've done over, obviously this is a new one, and I finished most of them. So I got this a couple weeks ago. some of my colourings here, do you know what I'm saying? It just does wonders for my mind, like it just clears my mind at night. Sometimes when obviously when I put my phones away, I'll just get the colouring book out, colouring pencils, and I'll colour in a couple pages, or I'll do half a page and I'll finish it tomorrow. And I've made some big decisions whilst on the colouring book, really. I made a decision to go on Love Island, like, because obviously I was debating whether to go on Love Island and stuff like that, and I remember I was colouring and I was like, do you know what? Let's just do it. So yeah, it just helps me clear my mind, helps me make decisions and stuff like that. And also it reflects my mood. So like you see this one here, like there's a lot of bright colours and stuff like that. It's when I was happy. In fact, I've been quite happy lately, so there's not really any dark ones, but sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, I'll just get the black pencil out or the brown pencil out and just colour it all in black and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of like a book that reflects my moods, really. And I also like changing the reality of things. Like, so for example, you see here that it's a truck or a tractor, whether it's meant to be. You never see this colour tractor, do you know what I'm saying? So, but I like to colour it, so like just change reality in a way. It's kind of weird, yeah. But yeah, shout out to the kids that I used to work with, man, because they got me into colouring. It's something that stayed with me ever since. And yeah, man, I miss them kids, man. I wonder what they're doing now. Out of all these items here, if I had to pick the one I really couldn't live without the most, it was a close call between family and ketchup, but I gotta go with ketchup because without this, I ain't eating nothing, trust me. I need the sauce, pause, you get me? So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'm out of here. Later. It's football. Let me do it again, because that was a meaty. Life's not real. I'll do what I want, and I'm talented. So, yeah. Carts.